Greetings and welcome. Thank you for joining me here at TikTok Live at Bloom from Within Love. I go by Bloomy. I am actually out and about, you guys. I'm not sure if you can even hear me clearly. I'm hoping since I have on earphones, I'm hoping you guys are able to hear me over all of the external noise there. But anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining whoever's coming in. I appreciate y'all that come in here with those high vibe, positive vibes. I send it back to you where you need it the most. Now, in the title, you guys see lessons and blessings. Lessons and blessings. Lessons and blessings. So, even though it looks like it's not a reading, it is a reading, okay? So, we're going to get into that here momentarily. But since I'm in a different environment, I'm not sure how the acoustics is, you guys, so I apologize if it sounds like horrible, okay? There's no way I could test it, there's no way I can tell. So I just want to apologize if you guys are, if you hear all of like the background noise or if you can barely hear me, I'm sorry. The only way I'm going to find out is when I end it and replay it, right? So, with that being said, I'm just going to move forward. So, yes, you guys see a big old huge picture of me on my computer there. And on the title, it says Lessons and Blessings with Bloomy. So, the oracle reading that I'm going to be giving you guys today is for the collective that I guess I picked up in meditation or just as I was going about. There's some of you that you're asking, like you're doing okay, you're on your journey, there's still some things unclear to you. And so you're just kind of wanted like an energetic update. And so you're like, okay, so what are my lessons here? What am I learning or what am I to learn? Like what is the message here? You're trying to tap in, right? And then others of you, you're like, okay, and then what are the blessings? Some of you are in some of the blessings, and then some of you are kind of like, okay, as I grab this lesson, what's the blessing on the other side? Now, once upon a time, I heard this one lady say that I love and adore, and I follow her and the things that she do. But she did like this play on words, you guys. She said she called lessons blessings instead of like blessings. She called them blessings because to her, she felt like it's all about perception. It's all about being able to see the broader view. And so she said that for her, often, in her resonance, that lessons are disguised. They're actually blessings because sometimes it takes us, because we're human in this, because we're in the human form, on the earth plane, we have to unlearn, relearn. We have to connect the dots, yada, yada, work shit out. So sometimes it takes us quite a few lessons in development in different areas of our lives to finally get to these blessings. And it makes sense to me. Like as I look in retrospect, I look back in my life, at different things that I cringe at. But had I not gone through that, I wouldn't have grabbed the wisdom. I wouldn't have become as strong. I wouldn't have been able to see, through some of the things that perhaps I was not able to see through before, having not learned the lesson. Okay. So let's get right into it, okay? I just want to thank you guys for joining. If you're not following me, I invite you to do that if you like what I do here. I also invite you guys to start tapping that screen for the likes, okay? If you like what I'm doing, and that's one way you can energetically support what I do here, okay? Let's see here. An FYI for those of you. Oh, thank you, whoever sent that. I send y'all high fives. High fives, y'all. Love high fives, y'all. Boom, 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 boom. You heard me? But for those of you who don't know, I do upload the YouTubes. I typically try to. Sometimes there's a delay, so I'm sorry about that too. Because sometimes I don't get the whole content or it's slow. And so I try to upload them onto the YouTube channel as soon as I can, okay? Because some people come in late and they want to be able to like go back, right? All right, so now I'm going to shift gears here. I'm going to move the screen now that we see our title and what we're talking about, and we're going to get into your actual read, okay? So bear with me. Bear with me. I'm going to move some stuff here. so y'all can get the view of the cards, okay? It is a general collective reading for those of you who are coming in and you're wondering. And it's for those of you that I picked up on in the channel that are like sitting and trying to make sure you're grabbing your lessons so that you can get into alignment with what your blessings are going to be, okay? All right, so we're going to switch here. See if I could tilt. Oh man, bear with me, y'all. See, this is what happens when you do your work in different environments, like instead of where I always do it, but whatever. All right, so let's get started here. I was trying to get it to where y'all could still see, but it's kind of challenging here, so bear with me, okay? Lighting. For the collective that I received the messages for here, I invite in love and light around me, around this space, around this platform, around those that come in with pure, benevolent, high vibe energy. Regarding the message that you guys are giving, that the lessons that they have learned or are learning so that they could manifest and walk into whatever those blessings are for them. And I'm asking team, in accordance with the highest frequency and highest vibration of benevolence only, love and light only, truth and clarity only, that is in resonance with the collective's higher selves, spiritual guidance team, and what would be beneficial for them to hear and know at this time. May it provide the confirmation and clarity and truth, and even strategy that they may need, as well as strength, calm, release, whatever it is that they're in need of, team. Thank you. Aww. Princess Victorious. Okay, so you guys, I know it's loud, right? Okay, check this out. I'm sorry, y'all. I might have to do this over if it don't sound right. I may have to do it later when I get back to the house, but at the bottom of the deck here, we have Princess Victorious, okay? It's card number 6. For me, this represents right away that many of you are waiting, or maybe you've already manifested a little bit, but I feel like this is more about the blessing, okay, and kind of in disguise here. The lesson connected to the Princess Victorious is that maybe for many of you, you've gone through some things in your life, and since it's general, you guys, it's going to be in basically any possible area, okay? And if a storyline comes through, I'll reveal it, okay? But on a general scale, many of you guys have been going through a lot in your life. You can see her tears if you look closely, right? You can see her crown. So essentially, this person is royal. They're loyalty on some level, okay? And what that means is just that they have earned or either inherited, whatever the reason is, okay, a level of development, a level of recognition, a level of honor, okay? So, but see, here's the lesson. If you look even closer at the picture, on her finger it says loser. You see tears, right? So you guys have gone through things in your life where you've lost things, you've lost people, you've lost, all sorts of shit. On top of that, you've gone through seasons of life where people pointed the finger at you, where people were judging you, where people were harassing you, where people were trying to stigmatize you or label you as something because you were different. Some people even may have tried to use your challenges of life as a scapegoat to make themselves feel better and to make you look like a loser. But see, there's something hidden about this whole process. Depending on where you are in your journey right now, okay, because some of you have already walked right into it, okay, but the secret about all this was is that many of you are very unique beings. Many of you were always different. Maybe you came here, you're an old soul. You came maybe as a star seed. Just, very unique. Very, very, very much so unique. Okay? But a divine purpose, right? Whatever that means for you. So you don't fit the mold, and you were not designed to. So you suffered and you suffered and you suffered, but there was such beauty being developed. That's the lesson. Some of you had to learn that what people thought of you was a reflection of them. What people said about you and projected to you was a projection of them. It was coming from their framework, their belief systems, their attitudes, their mindsets, their culture. And in some cases, some of you had to learn that, unfortunately, some things come from people's pain, their trauma, their inner child things. And essentially, when people aren't dealing with that, they're going to project it outward, even if it's subconscious. If you think about the bullying syndrome, think about kids in school or teenagers in school, right? Or those movies that are called like Mean Girls and all that type of stuff, right? Think about it, y'all. These people are usually like the popular kids in school, right? They're usually jocks. They're usually like the hot cheerleader chick, or, you know what I'm saying? Just think about how these scenarios go. But they have a really fucked up, raunchy ass attitude, right? And they're entitled, they're insecure, and all of this stuff. And they go around projecting, using their position to control and bully people. But secretly inside of them, these people feel, they're empty, they're void. Okay? And this is why they project out. But who do they typically target in these movies? They typically target people that are very special on some level, right? People that either have like a special craft, a talent, people that are very smart, something. People that are not even bothering them, but they target them. So the lesson I'm feeling like for many of you is that you had to learn how to be an individual, or you're learning how to step into your individuality. You're learning how to not receive the negativity or the words or the things that people try to project towards you. You're learning that you're essentially royalty and of high honor, whether people can see or perceive that or not. And there's a blessing that's coming with this lesson of learning that when people try to say, you know what I'm saying, oh, you know how humans are, you guys. Humans, in a low vibration, unawakened, and not dealing with things, when we're in that kind of an energy, humans need to feel better about themselves. And unfortunately, the only way they can do that is about, by trying to push down someone else or take something from someone else, because essentially they don't have it. And so many of you have suffered a lot of that in your life through everything, from religious circles, affiliations, to authority figures, to lovers, to family members. You know what I'm saying? You have lived this and lived this and lived this. And some of you that I'm channeling for, you're asking, okay, have I grabbed the lesson yet? Because, there's a blessing that's coming with the wisdom of that lesson. And it certainly is. I can guarantee you that. I can speak on this one, okay? All right, so that was a lot said just for that bottom card. Individuality. It's been about these people are of high honor, but they were probably bullied. And, bullying can go in different ways, you guys. I just want to say that, by the way. Because when we hear bullying, we automatically equate it to people that, go around, put the kid in the, put his head in the locker, give him a wedgie. You know what I'm saying? We equate that to bullying. But honey, let me tell you, bullying is in all forms. There's a such thing called spiritual bullying, energetic bullying, psychological mental bullying. through, you know what I'm saying, group controls, through gossip, through, you know, stalking, through lying, through trying to slander and malign somebody's name. Those are bullying tactics to try to essentially either break the will of that individual or to try to, if at all possible, to try to like somehow hinder or ruin what they're doing, which is ill-advised. It's ill-advised. It's going to backfire. It always does. And some of you are about to start seeing how all of that shit is going to backfire or is backfiring. Because bullying is wrong. You know, what's sad is we have adult bullies, and we talk about bullying in school. We talk about it on that respect. But the worst thing to me is grown-ass bullies that try to pretend like they're not bullies, but they're bullies. That's the worst energy, because it's like an illusion and a facade and a falsehood of, you know what I'm saying, something else. At least the kids and teenagers and in school, most people already know that they're bullies. They go around acting like bullies. But these adults, and when it's more, you know, sadistic and dark, it's disguised. And many of you suffer through that disguised bullying, in some cases outright, but many of you certainly have suffered through that, and you've grown, okay? And so I'm really excited for this reading, because most of you that I'm channeling for probably already gone through the most of it, and you're coming out on the other side. And some of you may be like kind of almost there, okay? All right, so let me get your card. Light team, thank you. The message for those that resonate with this reading, their lesson and blessing. The lesson and blessing. What's the message for them? What do they need to know? Okay. Please and thank you. What do they need to know? Those that are asking where they're at, please and thank you. These cards are kind of different to do too. Bear with me. Please, thank you, Light Team. Let's do it. Let's do it. Help me out, Light Team, with these cards, man. Woo, help me. There it is. Boom. Yeah, baby. Help me, team. Help us, sister. Ooh. I knew this was gonna come out. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can see it. Look how colorful. Go fish. Ooh, you know what I'm picking up? Okay. So, crown of the butterfly. This keeps coming out. Bambini. Card number 31 breaking down to a 4. So let me talk about that one first here. Okay, so this is transformation essentially, isn't it, you guys? And I just said that many of you have already gone through that initial process. So what's happening now for many of you is this. You went through the caterpillar, you know all the various phases of that butterfly, right? So many of you went through the caterpillar, all those stages where you had to go in recluse, hermit mode, so the caterpillar creates this layer so that they can, grow and change. And in those phases, there's not a lot of activity. There's not a lot of things that seem, real in the 3D. So there's not much. It's kind of like just basic, that caterpillar phase. And that's where you guys have been for a long time, but you were healing. Little did most of you know, or people around you. You were healing, you were awakening, you were transforming, right? You were ascending. Now you're in the actual butterfly phase. But some of you are asking like, okay, so you say I'm in this butterfly phase. So that means some of you are seeing some of your manifestations, you're sensing your growth and change, right? But maybe you're feeling what comes with that too. The lessons and blessings of all this transformation and standing in your individuality and things of that nature. You're stronger. But you also see that, okay, well, there's a whole nother kind of something to learn here. Because just like people tried to hurt you and bully you,
Just like when you went through those times and those seasons where, people were hurting you and bullying you, silencing you, when you went into the caterpillar phase, you know what I'm saying? That felt some kind of way. But now, see, these people don't change. Now, here's the irony. There's going to always be a version of those kind of people. So even as you become this butterfly, now you're just going to get it in a different way. But because you're stronger, here's where it's different for you. This is where the blessing is with all these lessons. This is you. So now when people come with the fuck shit, the very same kind of things and tactics that were used to cause you to recluse, to cause you to go into the caterpillar phase so you can heal, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature, allowing other people to, bully their will, their thoughts, their beliefs or whatever onto you. Now that you're a butterfly, it's a little bit different. What I'm picking up here with this goldfish is that many of you have learned how to, first of all, balance that yin and yang energy, to go with the ebb and the flow. But more than that, they're not going to stop you. Go fish, okay? You're done. If you're not yet, you're about to be, okay? You're done. You're done with being affected by external fuck shit. And again, if you're not there, many of you are about to. But those of you that I'm channeling for, you're already there. Majority of you. That was a part of it. That was a part of the whole butterfly process. Okay? Was to heal and transform and realize how beautiful you were, how brilliant you were, and your ability to go to flight, your ability to basically alchemize or transmute anything that comes in your direction. Your ability to be unfazed, basically. Okay? Because you took your power back in that transformation, and that's the blessing. Even when everything is not going exactly as you wish, you know that you have Go Fish. Go Fish is the person who win the game, don't it? Remember that game, Go Fish? You have Go Fish. That's in your hand, that is in your possession. That, in other words, essentially, metaphorically speaking, nothing is going to stop you. You're past the fuck shit. You went in, you healed, you know what I'm saying? Many of you, you know what I'm saying? You aligned with your higher self or whatever your belief systems are. You transformed. You took, the bruises and battering and made it into something beautiful. The very things that people were hoping for it to be your essential demise, it either is or is suspensing to backfire. Okay? For those of you that are in resonance with this reading, okay, the lessons and the blessing. The lesson was own your power. Stay in your own divinity. Go in and self-heal, right? Align to your divinity. Live and speak your truth. Allow yourself to shine. Allow yourself to be, right? Don't allow other people's energy, blah, 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 right? So, but many of you didn't understand that before, and I can relate to that, so that it was a process. I likes that team, yay. Ooh, and as I look at them, ooh, gone, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Shit. Okay, look at here. So, check this out, y'all. That's what I'm talking about, rooster mama, baby. Owning that authenticity, you're owning your uniqueness, your eccentric nature, what's weird and different about you and shit. I likes this. Look how home chick is looking. She's like, fuck y'all, I am me. Thank you, and thank you. And I'm joking and saying that in kind of like a snooty way, but you know why? I'm gonna tell you why, just to bring the clarity here. For the individuals that landed in this reading, and like we saw earlier on the bottom of the deck with that loser and the backstory that I gave you guys, right? Many people tried to stop that. They tried to dim that. They were jealous of that. They were envious of that. They tried to steal that. They tried to compete with that. They tried to compare it to that. They tried many things. So, but what happened in this whole process for you is that you found out a lot of truths. You learned some wisdom lessons. You learned how to tell fake from real. You learned how to, tap into that intuition. You learned that everybody was on a different journey in life and that nobody was better or less than, and that you didn't have to just do shit. You learned that it was okay for you to be you. You also learned that you deserved respect and to be heard and seen like everybody else. Okay? And so that's power, man, because see, once you get into that energy, people can try all of their bullying shit they want. And if they really keep fucking with the wrong one, it's going to hurt pretty damn bad. Because some people really just shouldn't be fucked with. There's some people that are really, whether people want to see, believe, or agree or not, but there are individuals that, really surrender and they align to their, source. They align to their divine purpose for being on the earth. And when people try to fuck with that, they gonna pay for it. And they gonna pay for it hard. Okay? Also, especially innocence. Like when people come against the innocent, like that's not a good karma look, because you think it's gonna creep up on that ass, right? So, yeah, you guys are glowing. To me, this is like the glow up part, okay? You're glowing. You're standing in your uniqueness because you're the butterfly. And look at here, check this out. Some of you all got jokers or wild jokers looking at you and shit. Pissed off. Look at the squinchy. I'm serious. Look at her squinching eyes. Joker and shit. Jokers, that's a fucking joke. Sorry, not sorry. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm only saying it because, sometimes people are clowns and they won't, they won't heal or change or grow up or transform, but they dress the fuck up so they could appear, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, look at her eyes though, like looking at y'all. Mad as hell. Why? Because you didn't die. You're actually the butterfly. Go fish, baby. Go fish. Go fish, motherfuckers. No, I'm just playing. But I'm not playing. All right, thank you, Light Team. Don't mind me, y'all. I'll be clowning. If anybody's here, I'm trying to focus on the reading and my phone is turned in a weird way, so I can't hardly see anything, guys. So if you guys are even still there, let's see here. Ooh, sorry about the screen shaking, y'all. Bear with me. I forget that these are my bigger cards. Hold on. Man, team, help me. All right. We're going to get you some tarot now that we have your messages here. All right, thank you, Light Team. So for my beautiful collective that this reading is for, their lesson and their blessing by going through this transformation, healing and turning into this beautiful butterfly. How is this blessing going to look in their lives? How is that going to manifest for them? We know how it does energetically, emotionally, mentally. But how is that going to look? How is that going to play out? How is that going to show up as a result of this transformation in their lives, team? Please and thank you. All right. Boom. All right. Let's do it. All right, thank you, Light Team. So how's this going to look for the beautiful collective? The effects of this transformation, this blessing. How's that going to play out? Boom, look at this. Fire, baby, look at you. Handling it. handling it. You heard me? Fire energy, the dancer. Look at that. Dancing with life, dancing with creativity, dancing with... Yeah, this is so me right here. This is so me in this chair. No, I'm just but anyway, Page of Wands, okay? It is, it's a communication card. It's, a learning card. It's a messenger card, right? And the fire, the wands is all about heat. It's all about zest. It's all about inspiration. It's all about passion, right? So the way that this lesson to blessing is going to be helping most of you is your restored zest for life, man. Your restored confidence. Look how confident she is. Hell, she even dancing and shit. Maybe y'all... Some of y'all is supposed to shine, right? Because you're feeling yourself again, You've transformed. So it's going to come out with passion. It's going to come out in your communication if you're wondering. So start paying attention, you know what I'm saying? As you feel that you are healing or transforming or elevating into the butterfly, start watching, kind of taking note, like, oh, I am a little more inspired. I am more motivated. Oh, I am feeling more sexy. I am feeling more confident. I am feeling more, willing to be a daredevil. Because look at her. She got this fire thing and shit. Taking risk in your life, healthy risk, but risk nonetheless. Not afraid anymore to do what your heart's desire is, to go for the gusto, right? The sister is fencing up dancing. But I'm not, I ain't saying I'm not saying I'm gonna be a stripper or nothing. I'm just saying I was already dancing on one of my other videos the other day. So that was a prelude, right? So yeah, y'all, confidence, passion, creativity, all of that is being restored. Creative ideas is coming to you as a result of this transformation, right? And then look, now we have another page. We have the Page of Pentacles. So you guys are going to be being offered things. This is, the Pentacles is the earth energy. It's all about the tangible. It's all about the 3D. So that passion, that fire is leading to a solid 3D experience or offer. And for some of you, it can be maybe you want to be a school teacher. Some of you may want to teach. Some of you, it's about a job. Some of you, you know what I'm saying? It's about some types of partnerships, but due to this transformation and this confidence, this inspiration, some of you all are going to create things that's going to produce a beautiful new beginning, right? You heard me? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, baby. And so, see, look you guys. So, see, let me tell you why. I'm fixing to show y'all. Hold the telephone. Okay, hold the telephone, y'all. This is why, okay? So, y'all had to go through these things, this healing, this transformation, you know what I'm saying, from that caterpillar to butterfly. Learn the lessons in that caterpillar stage, right? And there, you know what I'm saying, was a lot of unfair things, a lot of out of balance things, unjust things that you've experienced, right? So, through this transformation, here comes justice. Karmic justice for you. The good karma, okay? For every tear you cried, for every onslaught to your name, for everything that people stole, for every bit of gossip, for every bit of mindfuckery, for every bit of manipulation, for every bit of trickery, for every bit of greed, for every bit of usury, for every bit of triangulation, projection, scapegoating onto you. Your karmic justice from all of the lies and betrayals. 7 of Swords, air energy, that people try to stick to your name, that people try to keep you hurt, bothered by, confused by, people who wanted to interrupt your flow, interrupt your glow, interrupt your know. What they didn't know is that shit's gonna backfire. because your karmic justice, here's the strength. You had strength to stand ground against their bullshit with the Seven of Wands. Defense, valor, wherewithal, fuckbot, pow. It was all for something. Lessons to blessings. Your karmic justice is here. The good karma. Because you were lied to. The Seven of Swords represents lies, cheats, deceit, thievery. And that can be anything. It can be, it was time, it was energy, resources, your ideas, your creativity, your content, money, all of it, shit. Some of them try to steal your image because theirs is not, never mind. But yeah, y'all know what I'm saying. They tried the old swap switcheroo. Okay? So that's why justice is next to it. You will have your karmic justice for everything you suffered. Yup. You heard me? I'm telling you what I know. Okay. So now let me give you all, I'm going to have to wrap this up because it's getting kind of loud up in here. I'm just going to give y'all last two cards here. And we're good. I just saw duality, misunderstandings. Yeah, you guys went through a lot due to that shit. Some people are good at painting lies, man. Good at it, or should I say, like, distorting truth? Because see, here's the thing about lies, like the good liars and the good manipulators. Let me tell you, I'm gonna break the code for you. See, the good lies and the good manipulators, there has to be elements of truth, you guys. Because see, that it is going to hold a little bit more validity. If they could provide a level of truth in their story of illusion that they're trying to create, it's easier for people to buy. And when people aren't discerning themselves, or they're not in alignment with their intuition, or worse yet, they're already under the illusions and spells of these individuals, then chances are they're not going to be able to pick up and discern that there's something quite not right with the story, right? But you guys still sat through it. Most of you did it in silence. And that's when people thought that they had won, or that they had defeated you, but that's not what was happening. What was happening? The higher realms kicked in. What was happening? You all decided to do your own inner healing and transform. But cause and effect is always at play. There's nothing hidden. There's nothing hidden. I really hope humans start to get a grasp on that. Intentions aren't hidden, even if they're disguised with a smile and a cupcake. Okay? And you guys learned that. See, the group that I'm channeling for, you certainly learned it. Oh, yes, you did. You had plenty of it. But now you guys are also finna, I'm telling y'all what's finna happen. Y'all finna manifest some shiznit. Okay? Things that are in alignment with your passion, things that are in alignment with your beliefs, things that are in alignment with your resonance, your frequency. Okay? No more of the toxic. Okay, this transformation has inspired you to be able to tap in and create and communicate that passion for yourself and create these experiences, because the universe is telling you, go fish, go for it, go for the gusto. Okay, don't hold back. You're a butterfly now. You're not caterpillar no more. And look at it. And as I cut the deck, look at, let me tell y'all, let me show you. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you. As I cut the deck, so we have duality here, right? And it says many meanings, misunderstandings, right? You guys sat through a whole lot of that. Misjudged, criticized, scrutinized to the 10th power. Through every possible portal, okay? Everybody has something to say. Everybody had an opinion. Everybody had their beliefs. And they made doggone sure to project it on you. Okay? Not paying attention to their own shit, by the way, but they had plenty of time to sit and analyze you, right? Misunderstandings. And because of that, because you guys literally went through it, you sat through it, you guys then attacked these people. You guys, I mean, some of y'all could have really fucked some shit up if you wanted to. And that's some shit right there. Some of y'all had your own proofs and knowledge of shit, and if you wanted to fuck some shit up, you could really fuck some shit up and blow some people's worlds out the park. And you knew it, but you didn't. You decided to hand it all over to the universe, source, whatever you believe. Like, no, I need to do my own healing. I need to deal with my own shit. And so even through all of that, that's what most of you guys did, caterpillar to butterfly. But this is why this is here. Card number 44. Okay, harvest, gathering of blessings. Okay, for some of you, there may be a significance to age 44. Age 36, where maybe something really started to take place, or the beginning phases of it. Okay, but because you suffered through this duality, misunderstandings, projection, hate, malice, all kinds of shit, right? Now you guys are the butterfly and you are gathering of your blessings. Okay. Wow. Some of you are clairvoyant. I just saw that. Yep. There's clairvoyant and the shamanic journey. Yeah. So for a select few of y'all. Yeah. And there's divine feminine. I knew I was going to see it. Oh, let me show y'all what I see right here. I'm going to show y'all today. Okay. So check this out, y'all. So for a select few of you, when you guys hear me talk about like your soul, like you guys hear me make statements like, oh, you may have some Egyptian roots and things like that. I want to say what I mean, because I think that we hear it and we think that, oh, okay, so she's saying that, her, however she came into this world, she has some links to Egypt, possibly, but that's not really what I mean. When I reference our souls, so here it is, check this out, y'all. You came into this carnation, right? If this resonates with you, if it doesn't, don't worry about it, okay? But you incarnated into a particular family this time, right? But your soul has had a journey beyond the carnation of the lineage you're in now. Especially if you're an old soul. If you're an old soul, you have lived many different lives. And so I could be referencing a lineage that is associated with another life and another bloodline. It doesn't necessarily have to be the bloodline in which you incarnated into this time, okay? I just want to share that as a sidebar. Because some of you certainly do. I'm picking that up strong. You certainly have some Egyptian connection, Ra, Amun-Ra, Isis. Sorry about that. You guys are tapping into that psychic ability that people tried to make you feel wasn't there. Right? Actually, they were trying to exploit it. If I'm going to keep it 100. Okay? But you stepped into the divine feminine. You stepped into your divinity. I've been saying that this whole reading. This whole transformation process, that alignment. When we hear the word divine feminine, I want to make it clear. We ain't talking about some foo-foo-foo-y bullshit. We're not talking about just a woman that can dress nice or look good. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I mean. That's not what most of us mean when we're saying that. Look at this. Look at, y'all gotta catch it. Catch it. Catch it. Home chick is in alignment with her divinity. She is surrendered to the higher realm. She is in alignment, not just by title, not just by appearance with a nice fancy outfit and a shit on her head. You know, it ain't like that. This woman transformed into divine feminine by her alignment, okay? Not because she fine. Okay, let's just make that clear. Not because she fine, got some money. That has nothing to do with it, okay? Divine feminine could actually have less money than a karmic or somebody that's not in alignment, because it's not necessarily about that, okay? We get limited in our thinking sometimes where we like, yeah, I'm the divine feminine, go put on an outfit. Okay. We all have the potential, but it's about choice and surrender and alignment and doing that work. She transformed through her healing. She transforms through the alignment. She transforms through going through the process. That's how she taps in. Because we all have the capacity, certainly, but not everybody actually, you know what I'm saying, chooses to go that route out their free will, okay? But y'all's handling things. I'm supposed to tell y'all what I know. Yeah, I knew I was going to see divine feminine in this reading. I felt it. I knew it. I was like, divine feminine is going to bust out. You heard me? Divine feminine done transformed. Divine feminine, the butterfly. What's the message, light team? I'm going to stop being silly. Light team, please, for those that are resonating with this reading, black lightning, make it happen. Thank you, light team. Please and thank you. Light for the divine. Well, I shouldn't say divine feminine. They're not necessarily the divine feminines, but whoever's resonating, light team, with this actual reading, please. And divine feminine could be in a masculine body, by the way. Just want to say that. Just want to explain. Light. Ooh. Help me, team. What is that? Ooh. Okay, they want me to pull that. There you go. So there was a lot of struggle with the cards, I just noticed. And this is one of my easier decks, right? I don't struggle with this deck. This is actually one of my smoother decks. But what I was noticing was that there was a struggle. So some of you, the message is this. Many of you feel like you transform. Yeah, you're the butterfly. Yeah, you've been healing. Yeah. But you feel like there's a struggle for some of you with summoning your power, right? But the message is to affirm you that you're not. As you release, like maybe it's your, maybe you feel like it needs to look a certain way or you need to feel a certain way. Like the message here is your instincts are intact and many of you are highly intelligent. So even if you're not necessarily feeling it, the universe is trying to step in to tell you, no, you summon in power, baby. Okay, and keep summoning that power. As it relates to whatever this is that you're trying to manifest in your life, that you're waiting to pull into the 3D, like that Page of Wands, that Page of Pentacles that you're bringing in. Okay, you're summoning power. Go with the flow was at the bottom of the deck here, and it was in the reverse. So I'm getting like 2 different messages with this for some reason. Some of you are already going with the flow. You've let go, you've cleansed, and you're receiving already. Okay. So for you guys, the message is like just stay that path. Like you're okay. Stay that path. Others of you, the message is, okay, relax, know that you're in your power, know that you have the ability to summon power Just go with the flow. It's all good. Okay? Making some adjustments, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes shit appears in your reality just so that you can look back, so that you can look forward. Okay? So that you can be reminded of what your lessons are, reminded about who you are. It's not so that you can get stuck there. It says adjustment, looking back, moving forward. Moving forward, right? Making those adjustments go, lesson, I remember. Okay, keep it push. Okay, that was the bottom of the deck, so I'm not gonna put that out there. All right, team. Last card. Wrap her up for the collective. I certainly hope they can hear me. I'm gonna find out. Yeah, so you guys have gone from caterpillar to the butterfly. All right, the universe is saying, go fish, it's your turn. Ooh, I just heard that. But ooh, I heard it. So for some of you, it's finally your turn. Good God Almighty. As I said, go fish, then I heard it's your turn. So some of you need to be reminded that, okay, you're in the butterfly status now, which is flight. It's time for you to fly, right? It's your turn. It is your turn to go for your dreams. It is your turn to have your wishes fulfilled. It is your turn. Yes, indeed. It's not the time to take the back seat. It's not the time to allow someone else to go before you because you're just trying to be nice and you don't want to hurt feelings and you don't want people to feel like you're trying to do nothing. Now is the time to stand in your own truth and divinity and what's rightfully yours. It's not about taking anything from anybody because you guys realize you don't have to. The universe is abundant. What is yours, but you ain't finna let nobody cheat you out of it though. The universe is saying, go fish. It's your turn. It's time to fly. It's your time to shine. It's your time to create. It's your time to be seen. It's your time to be heard. It's your time to be recognized. It's your time. Fuck what motherfuckers got to say about that. All right. They wasn't saying shit when you was in the damn, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'll be good. I'm just saying, like, team, because these people, y'all saying it's their time to fly. Shit. And they don't need to be bothered with no foolishness. All right. Ain't nobody got time for that stuff no more. All right. Or pettiness, or, you know what I'm saying, those lower level frequencies. These collectives have just, they're done of it. Have time for it no more. Ooh, look at you guys. See, look. And it's confirming what I just said. So at the bottom of the deck on this side, we have adjustments are required, third quarter moon. Okay, so be okay and be open to, like, as you're going forward or as you're summoning power and as you're manifesting, right? Even in this transformed state, sometimes you have to wiggle and flex a little bit and make certain adjustments as you go guided, right? But right next to it, it said your commitment is being tested. And what that tells me is your belief in yourself, your belief in your transformation, right? Even when you don't feel it. We don't always wake up feeling butterfly-y, but you're still a butterfly. You understand what I'm saying? The transformation is the transformation, right? Still a butterfly. So your commitment to your own transformation, your own growth, your own, you know what I'm saying, belief in yourself and your passions. And sometimes that testing shows up in the form of the Joker's wild card that I showed y'all earlier. The same people or kinds of people or kinds of energies, right, that showed up in your reality that, you know, caused you to go into the, you know, the cocoon stage, the caterpillar stage, all the people who did all the fuck shit. So sometimes it'll show up in that form. antagonists, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, however you want to look at it. But it's the test for you. Like, are you gonna go back to the old caterpillar state where you let other people's opinions bully you back into the corner again? Are you gonna go back into the caterpillar state when you let other people's beliefs and viewpoints bend how you really feel? Are you gonna go back into the caterpillar state, right? And allow other people's projections, other people's toxicity, other people's manipulation sway you, right? Or are you gonna hold your beautiful transformative energy and go fish? Your turn. It's your turn. Yep, look. Luck is on your side, baby. Know it, live it, love it, believe it, smell it. Just luck is on y'all sidey side. Ooh. Yeah. And you know what? I'm being all super silly, but again, it's because you guys have gone through a lot, and some people wanted you to be unlucky. They wanted you to fail. They're waiting for you to fail. They were trying to make you unlucky. I mean, unfortunately, we have people in that energy. I hate to say it, but it's the truth. It's the reality. And I want to say it in this way because you guys, some people, like I said, they need the inner healing, and some people feel like, I'm gonna give you guys an example. And I know it sounds stupid or ludicrous or whatever, but what happens is sometimes people feel like by you winning, it means they're losing. And that's stupid. Why is that? Some people feel like by you winning, by you shining, it automatically means that they're not. Some people believe that if you're getting attention, then it means you're better than them or they lose. And this is all subconscious. And so when people are in this energy, so then they're going to attack what they feel like is the threat, right? The threat. Some people feel like they just want to be first. Shit. They don't care if people get something, but they want the people to they want the people to be after them. I'm just saying, people have different weird little, things. And so many of you suffered because of that for a long time. And many of you, you didn't want to hurt people, you didn't want to ruffle feathers, you wanted to fit in, you know what I'm saying? So you guys tolerated it a long time until Source stepped in and your higher self stepped in and said, enough. This is bullshit. It's unjust to you. You deserve to live a fulfilling life like anybody else. You deserve your shine like anybody else. And when people start to heal, they'll realize that someone else's shine don't have to necessarily mean you ain't shining. Okay? I did a little short on my YouTube channel, I want to say almost a year ago or close to a year. And it was like a 1 minute little thing, and I was outside in nature, and I said, I was looking at these two very big, beautiful bush trees, right, that was literally standing right next to each other, you guys. And I was inspired in that moment. I stopped, I stood there, and I just looked. And then when the inspiration came is when I did the video. And the message was that, wouldn't it be nice for us humans to be more like trees, more like nature? Because essentially, and these trees are standing next to each other, but they're both beautiful, they're both growing, they're both vibrant, they both serve a purpose. They're unique, they're not exactly the same, you know what I'm saying? But they're both trees, essentially. One tree is not saying to the other, or one tree is not thinking to itself, oh my gosh, this tree over here, oh my gosh, they're stealing my glory, they're stealing my thunder. They're stealing my attention. I'm better than this tree. It should just be me. They're not in that kind of energy. Why? Because they know who they are. They know that they're a part of the universe, they're a part of nature, that they serve a role. And no matter how similar or different, one is not better or less than the other. And they're okay with that. And for that reason, they can stand simultaneously together without trying to attack one another or be behind the back of one another under the cuff. You know what I'm saying? All that slick shit. They're not competing to see who got the most leaves on it and shit. You heard me? Because it's that energy that provokes all of this jealousy and competition and slander and attempts to try to stop somebody's business or still, you know what I'm saying? It's out of that fear, that jealousy and insecurity. That's what it's all about. And the universe stepped in for you guys that I'm channeling for, because the universe is like, enough. Enough is enough now. This is unjust. It's bullshit. Everybody's got to live their lives based on their prospective choices. This is bullshit. You don't sacrifice your life. You don't dim your shine so someone else don't feel like they ain't shining. You heard me? You heard me? All right, sorry about that. Let me wrap this up. Woo. Okay. What's the message, Light Team? Last card for the beautiful collective that's resonating with this. There it is. Dang. Look at, like I just said, you are good enough. This is the perfect place to end the reading. Oh my God. Full moon in Virgo. Now we have earth energy. Bring it in, baby. Listen, butterfly. Butterfly, butterfly. You, hold on. You're good enough. And that's been a part of the transformation. That has been the lesson to the blessing, is that no matter what you have gone through, no matter what people say about you, no matter what your failures or perceived failures were in life that led you here, no matter what your belief systems are, no matter what your culture and your gender is, no matter what your weight and size is, no matter what route in life you've chosen, no matter what people's opinions are, no matter what your ex-lovers have said, no matter what they exes have said, no matter what your haters are saying, you are good enough. That was the lesson that took you from the caterpillar to the butterfly, that I am me. And I am in alignment with my divinity. I am more than good enough. And everybody else can kiss my royal ass. Who don't think such. You heard? You can go and turn it around and kiss the royal ass. All right? Know it, love it, believe it, think it, say it, dream it, smell it. You are good enough, souls. And you deserve every bit of glory, of butterflying, your goldfish ticket. You deserve that. And don't allow, I know it's easier said than done, ask for assistance when you feel like you're being bombarded by external energy, evil eye, green-eyed envy, petty competitiveness, people trying to get away with shit. They gonna pay, I promise you that. Remember I said it. The individuals that landed in this reading, good karmic justice is here for you. And you deserve that. And you remember that when people are judging you while you're shining, they don't know about that transformation you went through while everybody else was out partying and fucking eating potato chips and buying shit. Okay? You were choosing to go within and deal with yourself to truly transform. And now it's harvest time. I love and appreciate you guys so much. Somebody says, thank you, Spirit knew I needed to hear this. Oh, you're very welcome, dear, whoever said that. It's my honor, it's my privilege, it's my pleasure always to do so. So all of you who make comments, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you guys. Certainly only take what resonates for you, of course, and apply it as you see fit, of course. But may you be well, and may you know that you are good enough, okay? May you know that you deserve it. So when people are giving you that green eye scrutiny and you can see the icy glares and all that stuff because how dare you shine and how dare you be seen kind of energy, you remember within yourself that, you know what? I don't need to prove nothing. I know my story. I went within and had many nights of tears, many nights of being misunderstood, many nights of being judged, many nights of a lot of injustice. So go ahead and look with the icy glares all you want. I know I am in alignment and I deserve every bit of good that is coming my way. All right? You heard? Somebody says everything, yes, on point, hits home so much. I'm releasing this uncertainty. So grateful. Absolutely. I'm glad, dear. Whoever said that. Yeah, we all deal with it. It's a part of our transformation, you know, but just remember that when it starts to feel rocky, you went from caterpillar to butterfly, you guys. You guys got the Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles coming in. So some inspiration, some messages, some authors are coming in as a result for y'all, okay, of this transformation of being the butterfly. You do have the power. Summoning power is here, and the universe gave y'all the ticket, go fish. It's your turn. And you ain't got to prove to nobody why it is. It is your turn, all right? Somebody says, yes, it's my B-Day troop. Happy birthday to whoever said that. Yes, own it, y'all. Live it and love it. Okay? I'm going to upload this to the YouTube platform. All right? I'm going to try my best to get it up as soon as I can. For those of you who like to look at it from start to finish, if you haven't subscribed, click onto the YouTube icon on my TikTok profile. It'll take you straight to Bloom From Within Love. If you subscribe and hit the notification bell for all, then you'll know when it's uploaded. If you feel guided, of course, okay? All right, guys, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and just screenshot this, just look at this, and just when you feel in doubt and feeling kind of rocky, take a look at that and say to yourself, bitch, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker, or whatever you call yourself. God is God. You are good enough. And anybody who don't think so, tell them to kiss your royal ass. I send y'all love and light, and namaste.